Alright, yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy MayFlwr, and as always, hope all you guys are having a great day. I'm glad you clicked on this video. You know, it's always good when people, watch my stuff. I've gotten tons of requests to do this video, probably the most out of any request in my channel's history, and I'm finally getting around to it somehow. And that is to do an Illenium video, or tutorial. I don't know what these are. But yeah, it makes sense. You know, Illenium's probably the biggest EDM artist in the world right now. He's definitely one of my favorite artists. You know, his sound is really recognizable. I think he kind of pioneered that sound that's kind of really popular right now. Yeah, he's just had so many hit songs. The dude is an absolute beast when it comes to, writing those huge EDM tracks. He's really an inspiring artist and, a cool dude. So, hopefully I can make something good. I don't know, I've been kind of steering clear of making artist videos lately, just because I think when people look up artist tutorials on YouTube nowadays, they're kind of looking for, direct remakes and how to do certain things. And, that's really not my style. I'm just chilling, having fun. I just kind of start with, a genre, an artist in mind, and, try to go over a little techniques here and there. But for the most part, I'm just making this crap up. But anyways, that's enough talking. That is the idea for today. We're going to try to lay down some type of Illenium type track. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. Let's go. All right, here we go, boys. Headphones over the hood. So luckily my BPM's already set at 150 because I'm usually making, dubstep and rhythm. But yeah, we're just going to keep it there because now, we're not in Kansas anymore, boys. So the first thing I'm going to do, which is pretty much how I start, every single track I make, is lay down some chords. Actually, I'm just going to make these chords on the real piano, just so you guys can see it better. All right, nice. You can't see my face. I rarely come to the piano when I'm writing my own music. I usually just draw it in on the computer. But, this makes for a better YouTube video, or does it? I don't know. Let's see if we can come up with something, emotional and Illenium-like. Let me crank up the volume here. Oh, there it is. But, now that I have that little foundation, at least, we can bring it back to the computer, get something started. All right, and there we go. We got our 4 chords from the piano, so let's see how these sound all together. Actually sounds pretty good on its own, but I think I'm just going to take these, probably shorten them down like this, and then, loop this one back around. We're cooking now, boys. And for this video, I think I'm actually going to make an intro. I usually just make the drop, but it's kind of pointless to make an Illenium video without getting, that vibe going. So here I just have this guitar preset, and it honestly sounds pretty good. But I think we can make it sound a little bit better and more guitar-like by coming up here to the chop and just letting it chop it up for us. And hopefully this will sound better. All right, this is kind of cool. I found this clock ticking sound effect in the Virtual Riot Pack, and I don't know, I think it could be cool for the intro. We'll have to see. I like what we're doing so far. So most of the time in Illenium tracks, he is working with a vocalist, which is something that would come really handy right here, but we don't just, have a vocalist on deck, so I think I'm just going to make some vocal chops. That's the best we can do, boys. Okay, well that is horribly off key. There we go, that's not bad. Ooh, okay, that's cool. Oh wait, that's the same one. I can just loop it like this. That should be good. And I'm just adding this little low pass filter just to open it up. We also need them down here. So it's just a guitar, and then the piano and the bass and the clear vocal chop can come in all at the same time. All right, never mind. You cannot hear it. We'll just move this over and make that like a pre-intro. Have a little heartbeat, Got the feels. I can reverse that, and we have a cool little, effect. I think everyone knows this trick, but still cool to show. Let's see how this sounds. This intro reminds me of that one Avril Lavigne song. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Never mind, it wasn't Avril Lavigne, it was Kelly Clarkson. Since you've been gone. That's probably the copyright strike right there, boys. But if I was writing this song, this would be a pretty solid intro. And then like right here, that's where, you know, a vocalist would come in for like a chorus or something. But I'm already using the vocal chops right here, so I don't know. I'll probably just like copy these over, then put like an inspirational quote or something.
And that's as bad as giving the show away. So you have always, when you are in... Every creature in its turn is the head of nature.
That's pretty intense, I like. So I guess the build is literally just gonna come out of nowhere. We're just improvising here, throwing out ideas, I don't know. If you sit here long enough, you know, something will happen. Alright, that'll probably do. The build doesn't sound very Illenium-like right now, but you know, we'll make up for it in the drop. But there we go, just in no time at all, we just made, you know, half a song. We got the intro, we got the chorus technically, I guess, and then we got a little build. Not a bad job so far. I think I like where it's going. So now we can get to the drop, which is probably the part you were waiting for, or the part you skip to, depending on what type of person you are. I'm gonna start it by making a really simple drum loop. Yeah, this is just a kick from AU5 right now. Alidium uses a lot of acoustic and, you know, organic sounding drums, so I'm gonna try to include some of those. This will just make the kick a little bit more stompy. It's just like a straight up acoustic kick. So I think that'll do for now. I could have went 2 different ways with that. I could have just made like a real beat with that, but I decided to just give it kind of like a rhythm feel. He has a bunch of songs using both different types of beats, so I think we'll be fine with this. Have a little super saw going. We're gonna have to change up this chord arrangement if we want to make anything cool, because that sounds, you know, too much like the beginning. Spread these apart, give us some room. So now we have all these breaks in the middle that we can play with. We can put some vocal chops here. We can put, you know, another super saw there, or, you know, we can fill it with some. Add another layer in there. I love using Harmor for chord stacks. It always has like a really thick sound that you can use kind of for the foundation of the chord stack, kind of like the strongest layer. And so far, this chord stack has no mixing on it yet. It's just the raw sounds, so it sounded really good so far. So one thing you can do to, you know, spice up your chord stacks a little bit, you can use a top lead to, you know, accent the very tops of your chord. And I usually just use a hardstyle lead like this. I'm back. I was taking way too long and had to split the clips up. But I do have some mixing on the chord stacks now. I just beefed them up a little bit. I can show you guys that chord stack in the mixer, which is pretty much the only thing that's in here right now. I think the goal when you're trying to make a good chord stack is to try to make it all sound like one gigantic instrument. Instead of it all sounding just separate, like you can actually hear the bass and the saw. I think the goal is to have it all working together, and I think that's something Illenium's really a master at. Obviously, mine aren't going to be as good as his, but I can give you guys like one pointer that I think is really useful, and that is to give every sound in your chord stack a specific job. There's a lot of different sections of the frequency spectrum that you can, you know, designate jobs to specific sounds for. You can have a mid-bass layer, a sub-bass layer, a white noise layer. Just like there's so many different things you can use to, you know, fill it up. And I think by doing that and really listening to it, you can kind of pick out the sounds that aren't really doing anything and don't need to be in there, and you can just get rid of those. So I'm just going to turn each one of these on one by one just so you guys can, you know, hear how it progresses. They're in no type of order, but still. This is sounding really good so far. I think we have a really nice and, you know, thick chord stack going. So now that we have the channels grouped up like this, we can take the entire group by highlighting them all, and we can just send it right to a sidechain. And I'm actually going to add one more thing to the sidechain just to give it a more Illenium vibe, and I think this will tie it all together. And that is to throw a kickstart on top of the already sidechain we already had. And kickstart's a plugin by Nicky Romero. I think it's, you know, originally used to, you know, make house music and get those easy 4-on-the-floor sidechains. But Illenium does something very similar to this, as in using a sidechain that's 4-to-the-floor, even though you have, you know, half the beat. It gives it like a really nice pumping vibe, and you can like alternate in between each of them. whatever we're gonna stick in the middle, I haven't really figured that out. We are gonna need to shut that sidechain off. So I'd probably be the most hated guy in the YouTube EDM world if I didn't throw a vocal chop in this Illenium drop. So yeah, let's see what we can do about it. And again, just like with most of my songs or my videos, this is acapellas, just from like a cheesy acapella pack. And I see a lot of confusion when people are searching for like vocal chop acapellas. People think, you know, they're getting the wrong ones or they're not doing it right. Most of the time people just overthink it. You know, you're just looking for some like oohs, some ahs, and some e's. You just gotta scan through the acapella and find some cool stuff. It's kind of hard at first, but you get better at it the more you do it. This one will be good on its own. That one sounds. And that's not bad right there. And yeah, that was super easy. I think it's gonna use those and just repeat it a couple times. And yeah, sometimes you find them super quick and sometimes it takes 3 years. So instead of the chord stack being like a brick wall of sound on every beat, I threw this low pass filter on the sidechain send, which pretty much everything's being sent into anyway. Yeah, and yeah, you can just make them open up as fast or as slow as you want to, depending on what kind of effect you want. But I kind of want more of a subtle effect, so I'm just gonna put it right there, just to, you know, counteract the brick wall of sound that we kind of. All right, so it's sounding pretty good. The only thing we have to fix is these gigantic holes in our chord stack. All right, and that's not bad, but it still sounds kind of empty, so I'm just gonna throw another type of chord behind. I'm just gonna make a little future bass patch because I'm running out of time. It sounds kind of cool. It's kind of like 8-bit sounding. Illenium's not really known for, you know, future bass, but you know what? Oh well. And there we go. We can just stick these under these plucks. This drop setup actually looks super basic because it is, but I just wanted to show you guys how thick this chord stack was. Obviously, I wouldn't have it set up in the playlist like this because you guys wouldn't be able to see anything, but all of this is on this one pattern. But yeah, I think I'm actually done now. Surprise. I hope I covered some cool techniques, you know, towards the end there, or maybe it just helped you seeing how a track's being built. If I was being like super serious in a studio session, this would just be like, you know, the first idea you would make, kind of like a rough draft. And then you just build on top of this and keep going. I think it could really be a cool idea, you know, if I put more hours into it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make that. I think we captured, you know, some Illenium vibes in there. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm just gonna let it play for you guys. So I'll start at the beginning in 3, 2, 1.
Because each creature creates the world in its own image. Because all existence is a relationship.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to drop a comment down below. Tell me what you guys want to see next. It doesn't even have to be, you know, a genre or an artist. I'll try anything. Also, if you guys ever have anything to say, feel free to message me on Instagram or Twitter. I'm always on there responding to people. It's really cool talking to all you guys and listening to all your tracks. Most of you guys are really nice. Yeah, I appreciate all of you who, you know, watch this. But anyways, other than that, I will be back very soon with a new video. I have a couple ideas in the works right now that are kind of different from tutorials, so hopefully I can get those rolled out pretty soon for you guys. And yeah, I think that is going to do it for this video, so I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.